Cari amici sportivi, welcome yet to a special edition of Milan Weekly Podcast. Here we talk everything Milan. Stevie P, Vinny T, always faithfully here. Now, this week, so hold on a second, where we're not professionals.
Nor do we pretend to be.
But now we have a special setting today, guys. We are live from Casa di Polillo. This is a 7,000 square feet mansion, one of the butler's kitchens here, Steve,
Yes,
I believe.
it's one of the side wing kitchens.
Side wing kitchens. We wanted to do something special for you guys today. We got our Milan aprons, and we got utensils. We got cookingware just in case. So, guys, I don't know if you guys saw yesterday. We were all at the Puma launch party.
They cannot see.
Guys, we were told specifically from Milan themselves, no video, pictures, we have to approve until they say it's okay. But we'll let you in on a little secret. So they had the Puma launch party. We unveiled officially the white jersey. Thank you, Milan News, that they reported from our Twitter account. And we had the pleasure of Skyping live with Franco Baresi, Signore Baresi, because we were telling him Signore Baresi, and Massaro, a nice little chit chat for 5 minutes, and then nice. Steve, who came onto the screen?
Giuseppe Reina and Samu Castillejo.
And that's what Steve was telling him about the Castillejo. But guys, they were really fun to talk to. Just shooting the breeze, asking stuff like kind of food to date. I think the best moment for us is when we pull out the question and ask Mr. Baresi, in that position of sweeper libero, who in today's soccer would be able to do this? And it was without a question, without hesitation.
No,
he said nobody. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, kudos to you, Mr. Signor Baresi. By the way, guys, we have a lighting situation over here. Don't worry about it.
One of the butler spots is possessed.
But guys, we're gonna do this very differently today. We're going to go through all questions because I don't know if anybody assumed so today, Steve, but we have no presidential points. But it's for a very good reason. Yes. Steve, it's a very good reason. Now, before we put all these presidential points into perspective, guys, a lot of new viewers out there. Thank you very much for all the new follows, the new likes. But very quick 30 seconds, why do we take this time to talk about putting in perspective a Presidente, Steve? Just to explain again to these new viewers, because I know there are a lot of you guys. So, Steve,
it's very Presidente needs full concentration when coming up with the presidential points. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, this week, nonetheless, he did not have that concentration for the presidential points because of all the back work being done for this Skype call.
So, guys, Presidente is our Milan club president. His name is Marcello, but he's a mythical figure, and we like to, put him over, as we would say in the wrestling world. But, guys, this week it was a very stressful time.
Week. Very stressful.
Please bring out your inner Bob Ross, Steve, and paint us a picture on how this weekend went for Presidente.
Yeah, so Presidente, full week of work for Presidente. This 40 plus hours this week.
A regular week.
And of course, Presidente getting ready for Sunday night, the main event, the Skype call, ladies and gentlemen, with Italy. He was using up those minutes.
Yeah.
The flip phone was in full flip phone action.
100%.
And let me tell you this, guys. When that phone rang and he heard the Italian voice of the lovely Georgia,
grazie.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the sweat started to bead from his mustache. The canottiere underneath his $14 shirt. That Fruit of the Loom's canottiere was sweating. Little Presidente was saying, "Daddy, are you okay?" And he said, "Yes, son. I have everything under control." And he was telling, he was also doing audio visual work, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. He was.
So he put together his own USB cable. He didn't bring one.
No.
He didn't buy it. He put it together himself.
Exactly.
HDMI 2. He was very adamant on being on HDMI 2 yesterday, right? No other HDMI input would have sufficed the president's perfection.
He's very specific when it comes to this kind of stuff. But if you guys didn't notice yet, Steve, what is this chrome-plated.
Ah, yes, Vinny. La pièce de résistance of putting into perspective. Yesterday, Il Presidente brought out. People must think it's a chrome-plated Yeti mic.
That's what it looks like.
No. Platinum grade Yeti mic. Which he actually forgot at Evangelista Sport. Was a gracious host yesterday.
Find the
Thank you,
speakers.
Carmelo.
Thank you, guys.
And tonight we have the honor of El Presidente's platinum mic as the Dolby the surround sound enters his 1964 speakers made out of wood that he's chopped himself. Speaker wire which he has skinned with his teeth. El Presidente did not come up with presidential points this week, but did put on a show yesterday for a Skype call.
He definitely did, and let's make sure that you guys understand one thing. He was so prepared that the homemade speaker that he made, he had made it out that worst case scenario if the connection wasn't good, the speaker he turns it over, flips it up, and it becomes a Morse code thing that he could just.
Italia 1. Italia 1. Qui Marcello. Ciao ragazzi.
Oh, no.
Marcello è qui. C'ho una questione per Peppe.
On a side note, guys, we like to bug him, we like to make fun, but if it wasn't for him yesterday, we wouldn't have made it. It was a great little event. Milan was very happy to see how we turned out. Actually, I think they put us up to the challenge to get to another 100 paying members this year. Which we're gonna do. Don't put us up to. Do you guys remember about the challenge that Steve put up to me about last year's Toy and Food Drive?
Which we will do again.
Which we'll do again, but no, it was really great, guys. And by the way, Steve, very sneaky. Asked him if he wanted to go nice and early, and he's like, "Yeah, man, let's go early. You know, we go set up, we go buy the beer." I walk in with 2 cases of beer. Let's go, Steve. Right away, straight to the section. There was nobody there. Double XL. There was only one. He took one over there. And he looked at Mario, the other admin that was a double XL, and he put it straight in his face. He's like, "This is like the Royal Rumble. Everybody's in it for themselves. I'm not thinking about you. So you purchased yourself
the
zip up. So guys, we're gonna go through all questions, the stories of the week, right? And I don't even know if we have to go through the stories because we're gonna hit them during the questions.
Yeah.
First off, Steve, I want to read you a little something from our friend Facebook Frank. And guys, Facebook Frank, I believe, in wrestling terms, he's a heel.
Yeah.
He's a heel because
I have absolutely no idea what that means.
He's a heel means a bad guy, guys. He's a bad guy. So let's see here. Where are his last messages? So, because he was kind of...
He was out of control.
Huh?
But he went after someone.
To Tommy. Tommy needs his own history lesson because the Coppa dei Campioni became the Champions League in 1993. Capello won the Champions League in 1994. And then writes down, by the way, when you tell Tommy about Capello winning the Champions League, tell him Facebook Frank says he needs to brush up on his Milan history. So,
Tommy's mad.
So when we call Tom, we're going to make sure to read him this, right?
This, yes.
But he wanted to know about the rumor. What did we think about the Suso versus Zaniolo to... Again, it's all rumors, guys.
Yeah.
You know this ain't gonna happen. But would you do that?
Yes.
You would do it? Suso for Zaniolo?
I have
Straight
no
up
problem
swap?
with that.
I don't know if there was any money involved.
There's always has to be money, right? I mean, I can't do a straight swap.
Straight swap from over there. Everything's okay, Steve. Everything's good in the household.
I think everything's okay.
Everything's okay. Steve's wife does not want to do a cameo appearance. No. She said no. She's just the back.
The back choking noise. That's my wife.
And by the way, he gives kudos to Evangelista, saying that our Evangelista is full of stuff. He goes, there in Tirana, they don't have much over there. So
well, it's good. Carmelo's gonna know. Ship him some stuff.
Ship him some stuff, right? No, Zaniolo, I think. But then again, there's so many rumors, so many this, so many that. So let's go straight into the Twitter questions, and we're going to do the hashtag. Where is the hashtag over here? Ask Vinny and Steve. Nice little pictures they posted of me and you. You're always
nice.
smiling. And kind of took a bad when George, you said jokingly, you know, I'm the fat one. She's like, yeah, I can see that you're fat.
Yeah, of course, time, straight off the boat.
Straight up from over there. Anyways, I don't never call you like that. She was very out of line, but it's okay. It's okay. First guy that asked the question, take a while, guess. Adriano, Milan club member. He was there yesterday. Buonasera, Milan.
His smiling self, right? Wasn't he a Jew? Always smiling.
Always smiling. So, Andres Silva out and Angel Correa must be probably in. How do you guys feel about these moves and where could the money have gone from Silva's sale instead? Also, a huge thank to the president himself and all admins for yesterday's event. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
I like this question not for would you get Correa, but where would you have placed that money, Steve? So, if we hear correctly, it's about 30 million. Would they have reinvested that money? Like, where would you have put that money? Balance the books?
This is the balancing act of Milan Twitter, Milan, and realistic Mercato Bulls.
Yeah.
We don't sell Silva. Milan Twitter says, why don't we upgrade?
Yeah.
We sell Silva for 30 million, which is more than I thought we would receive for him.
Yeah.
And not because he's not a good player, just did not perform.
I think breaking point was what, Steve?
21.
22? Okay.
Did I think we would get 30? No. And not because he's not a good player, because he had a really tough couple of years at Milan, and I thought people would leverage that to get a better deal on Silva. We got 30 million now.
Guys.
Now, you're saying, why Correa at 40 million?
I ask why
Apparently
not?
it's 40
plus
bonuses. Guys, Correa, he may or may not. Like when we bought Andrea Silva. Why Andrea Silva at 40 million? Everybody's okay with it. And Correa, why? Because he's not the next heir to Cristiano Ronaldo.
People want to talk about his stats, but guys, there's one thing reading stats, but read the other stats where somebody had broken down. Like he played an average of 30 minutes a game for appearance because he always come in the second minute. Guys, who knew who Kaká was when we signed him?
Exactly.
Who like all these kind of even Suso.
To everybody's defense, we did not pay Kaká 40 million.
100%. But you know, at this point, I believe a guy like Andrea Silva, when they bought him, a guy like Correa, if we do buy him, I believe these are the kind of guys within a year or two, if you see that it's not for them, you're not going to lose 40 million.
You can make back the money after amortization to cover what you invested in this person. I would give him a chance.
Exactly.
I would give him a chance. He played at Atletico, and they're a very tough coach. He's going to play with Gianpaolo, and we don't know a lot about Gianpaolo and how he is as a coach. Tough or not tough. Apparently, as per il Presidente, very tough. No screaming at practice. No clapping.
No clapping.
Very, very focused. Okay with that?
No, that's not a problem.
But we do know that Gianpaolo plays a pressing system. Demands a lot from everybody at all the times. Let's give Correa a chance. You know, Lazio keeps on signing players. Yes, they're not 40 million, but the price tag is what's giving him. It may put an extra added pressure on him that might affect his performance. In my opinion.
And maybe he's the kind of kid that, you know, wants to prove that he's able
wants
to
to
do
play.
it. And even to Adriano, like, even if, where would you invest that money? You got rid of a striker. You're definitely going with a two-striker system. You need to get back yourself another striker.
Everybody's with, Everton from the Brazilian. That, again, it's a gamble, right? It's 30 million. Maybe that price tag. Now, a lot of people are saying, Ceballos, Ceballos. You know, Real Madrid only wants to give him out on a loan. Do you want to take him at a dry loan? They didn't want to take him at a dry loan. And they wanted a lot of money. That's a risk.
It's a big risk, and I think Correa might be a risk right now, but it's not a risk that you're going to lose your pants on.
Yeah.
Because a player like that, you know, within a year or two, like
give him a chance.
Give him a chance. And guys, at this point,
we gave Silva a chance. You know, we gave Piatek a chance.
Even us were saying we were ready to give Silva another chance. Give him another chance. You know, so now they
decided not to go the Silva route, and now they're trying Correa. They must have seen. We hope they've seen something that maybe we haven't seen. Something you cannot read on the stats. Give him a chance.
So far, guys, give him a Krunic right? From what we've read, we're not going to start pretending watched him all kinds of times play. No, Benacer, we knew of the name, but we were able to see him
in the AFCON,
and we went after Benacer before the AFCON, right? So let's trust into this. I don't know if you saw Hernandez's goal at La Partitella. So guys, at this point, right? Let's just wait and see. Wildcat 007. Wildcat, where is he from, Wildcat? Yeah, it doesn't say. But Wildcat, he says, hello, gentlemen, what is your opinion on the imminent signing of Angel Correa from Atletico Madrid? I feel that Milan overpaid when there were better options on the market. Thank you for giving me something to look forward to every Tuesday. Forza Milan. Wildcat.
I don't know about
what other options?
I don't know if those options are concrete there, Wildcat.
What we're going to get for that kind of money?
You know, there's Everton, there's Saint Etienne from Lille. These are all, again, risks. They're all risks. The price tag of Correa, whatever, however I'm going to pronounce it, whatever. Yeah. And, you know, it's the price tag that's saying, you know what, they spent a lot of money. There's going to be pressure. But if it would be 15 million, do you think everybody would be making a big deal? No. And do you think at 15 million, Atletico would have wanted to maybe keep him on the bench? They have a price tag. We were willing to pay for it. You got to pay if you see something that maybe Atletico doesn't see. Let's go.
And like we said last week, guys, let's judge at half season. I know it's like, you know, even Frank the Tank is saying, ciao ragazzi, 40 million for Correa. I mean, are we crazy? 30 goals and 28 assists and 188 appearances for Atleti doesn't look that great, but I have to say positive and trust the coach and management that how they proved me wrong, and we still need a center back. Frank the Tank, a center back. What do you need a center back for? We got Caldera. We got
November.
Coming back in November, yeah, that's true. Yeah, but a center back, we had Zapata, we should have kept. But we have.
And I know there's probably going to be a question about that. I can't wait if we talk about the Sassuolo center back that went to Juve for 18 million, and now magically they want to sell it to us for 40 million. Demiral. Let's talk about that one.
Colin, our friend Colin, ciao amici, always a great listen. The new squad under Giampaolo would be interesting. Not sure about selling Cutrone though. Correa, a done deal for 40 million plus bonuses. Sky Sports Italia reports. At this point, guys, how would you sell Cutrone? I think it was between both of them. I think if they would have got the price, I believe if 30 million would have never came for Andrea Silva, I don't think they would have sold Silva for 20, right? I think they would have maybe tried to make that money with a Cutrone.
With one of the two.
At 25, 30 million. Somebody came forward with 30 million for Andrea Silva. Let's go, let's get rid of him. So I don't see Cutrone going to... Because if Cutrone would have to go to Wolverhampton's, Steve, who else are we going to get?
Don't know.
What are we getting over there? What are we getting? You're getting yourself a snack. All right. Provolone. Okay. My cousin Johnny, to continue on the theme of food that we discussed with our Skype guest yesterday, I ask you, Steve, although I'm pretty sure the answer, what was your pre-game meal during your glory soccer day? Can I have a piece? Thank you.
For sure.
So, Steve, what was your pre-game meal during your soccer glory days? My cousin Johnny wants to know.
Pasta.
Really?
Pasta. Yeah.
A lot of carbs. When you used to take those free kicks.
A lot of carbs, Johnny. A lot of carbs. You know that, buddy.
What was your...
Penne rigate. No matter who's who.
What was your... what were you known for? Your free kick talents, your tackling talents?
I was an intelligent player. Not physically gifted, that's for sure. Love the tackle. Love to recuperate the balls.
Mm-hmm.
And a magical free kick taker.
Magical, guys. Magical. Simon Coletti asks, evening, gents. If you could have had Maldini on the Skype call yesterday and could only ask him one question, what would it be and why? Simon, I like these little curveballs. That's a very nice question.
Can I answer it?
You may do whatever you want. What would you have asked Maldini?
Ciao Paolo. Marcello qui. Ti voglio dire che del cuore sono emozionato, veramente emozionato. Ti volevo domandare, tu come capitano del Milano, come hai fatto a giocare tutti questi anni, questo fisico fisico tuo. Mo mi emoziono, Vincenzo. Io...
Maldini sleeping on the other side there.
I feel bad for all the listeners that don't speak Italian, but that was Steve pretending he was Marcello talking. Well, what would you have asked Maldini? The one question.
Very hard.
Now, guys, remember what in the situation that we were in, we had to make sure that we didn't ask any,
Improper questions.
It wasn't our place. We just wanted to make sure. I think to Maldini, I would have asked him, seeing you play, right, in 2009, Champions League, Barcelona, marking Messi like a madman, do you think, looking back now, would you have stayed on a national team to make, because to me, guys, that 2006 World Cup, man,
Yeah.
maybe I would ask him, but, it's kind of hard to say, or,
I would have tried. I would have wanted to know what was his biggest regret. What one trophy, knowing the answer, right?
South Korea is going to talk about?
Yeah, like what was the most disappointing match? It's very tough,
Well, Liverpool
Istanbul,
or the
South Korea.
There's when we lost to
The
that
94.
Spanish team 4-0 there, Deportivo.
Yeah.
There was that one there. But I think I would have asked him if he could do it all back again. Would he have retired? I believe after 2004. If he would have continued, that would have been. But thank you, Simon. Where's Simon from?
Where is he?
Montreal.
Oh, yeah, Simon.
But I think Simon joined yesterday.
Yeah,
There's a picture
Simon,
there.
of
Hey,
course,
Simon,
yeah.
how's it going? Bo. Okay, so
Is he flying a plane there?
I think he is. Simon's a pilot.
Yeah, beautiful.
Simon, we need a plane to go to.
Presidente has the private jet. We have a pilot now. It's Simon.
Milan Mo is asking, do you prefer Calabria or Conti as left fullbacks, and who will be the starter next to Romagnoli? Does Caldara have a chance when he fully recovers? We can't even answer that.
Conte at 100% and Calabria at 100%. I have my preference. I've always said it. I think Conte is the better back
He is,
in
but
this type of formation here.
he did not have enough consecutive playing time,
Exactly.
to me, in my opinion, to really show what he's capable of doing, what he's doing at Atalanta. But Calabria, he's been playing well. He's been playing. He had his bad games like everybody
Of
else.
course.
There was that mistake there against
Juve.
Right? Yeah, against Juve. But Caldara, guys, if he was part of the Juventus defense team,
We
right?
can never judge.
We can never judge, and it's just sad that he has not played a single game, right? So we'll see how it go. But no, I definitely see him as a starter for Milan. It's the president. It's the president.
Ooh.
You know what? Before we get into the president,
No, but the president's going to take away my indigestion of the week.
yeah, exactly. We're going to talk about that one there. But okay, you know what? Let's give him a call. Let's give him a call, and we're going to see what kind of what he has to say, because he has no idea about this. No idea.
Put him lower, this guy. He's going to scream every day.
Yeah, obviously he's going to scream.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, Mr. Tommy. How are you this fine, cold Monday night?
Very, very.
Oh, shit.
Oh, he hung up on him. It's been a long time.
It's been a
man.
long time.
It's been a long
Shut
time.
off the screen. Shut off the screen.
Put him a little bit higher.
A bit higher.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Mille scuse, stu cazzita. And mo?
He hung up on him again?
No, I didn't. I just pressed up the volume. Well, we're not professionals.
Good evening.
Good evening, gentlemen.
I don't know what the hell's going on, Tommy. I don't know. But how are you this fine Monday night?
Very, very good. Very, very good, guys. And how about you guys?
Oh, we're feeling extremely good. We had a good night yesterday. But Tommy, I'm sorry.
I just would like to say one thing.
Sure.
I am really disgusted with Federazione Italia Gioco Calcio and La Fiat that is owned by Mr. Agnelli.
Oh.
A disgrace. This is a total disgrace what's going on.
What happened? What
I
happened?
just found out that the arbitri, the referees, are getting paid by their main sponsors, La Fiat. And who owns La Fiat? Agnelli, the owner of La Juventus. That's a total disgrace. That's a disgrace. And I'm telling you, that's why I always said there's full corruption
So it's
in Italy.
so
This
breaking
this
news.
sealed the conspiracy theory.
There we go. But Tommy, I
Yes, sir.
gotta let you know about a little thing. You know, we have one of our listeners. We call him Facebook Frankie. He sends us messages every week, you know. And from last week, you spoke about Capello, and he decided to write me something, and he said to me, "Please tell Tommy that he needs his own history lesson because the Coppa dei Campioni became the Champions League in '93. Capello won the Champions League in 1994." And then he says, and then he tells me that tell Tommy about Capello winning the Champions League. Tell him Facebook Frank says he needs to brush up on his Milan history. I think there's a little heat going on over
Let me
here.
tell you something. This is one thing that I should tell Frankie. Frankie, go read the story and open up the books. Because who needs a refresher is not me, it's you. Believe me, I could tell you, Capello ha perso la Coppa dei Campioni in 93 against Marseille. In 94 he won it against Barcelona. And in 95 he lost it against Ajax. Capello never won
Ajax.
la Coppa Intercontinentale. Never. He lost.
So-
So if you want to talk history with me, you better go open up the books, my friend. Because I could go up to 1945. And even in the 50s. I can tell you
Prima
that
guerra.
even Trapattoni was an excellent defending player. And you know who he played with? Il Milan. E quando Pelé giocava contro l'Italia, or even against with his San Paolo, when Milan played their first Intercontinental Championship Cup against his San Paolo, yes, they lost it in Maracanã. Ma Pelé non toccava palla when there was Trapattoni marking him.
You guys understand that? So right now we
Yeah, but Trapattoni is a Juventino, no?
oh shit.
No, Trapattoni played with il Milan, and his first coaching job was with Milan.
But
Get it right.
He
Oh,
says
so
he,
you
he says he's a Juventino.
Yeah, he used to coach the Juventus, but he used to play for AC Milan.
So now we've started a Facebook beef.
Facebook beef.
So we got Frankie on one side, we got Tommy on the other side. I think
We should have them both on the
we
show.
should build it up to a match. One of
Next
these times
next
somewhere.
week we're gonna have
And I'll
Facebook
tell you
friend.
one other thing. Another excellent defending player was Snellinger. They used to play with Milan.
Snellinger.
A German guy.
For sure.
El Lidl. El
Il
Lidl.
paesano di
Well
Marcello, Schnellinger. Schnellinger.
But
Snellinger.
but Tommy, we
And
love
there was Lidl. You remember Lidl and Lordal?
see
Il
no, the
Milan, dei
Grenoli.
grandi tempi.
Tommy, you know what? We should have a historical facts with Tommy. Like every single week, we should do that. But Tommy,
On a leather chair with a rope.
and
Like you.
we always love calling you. We're getting Facebook. No,
But
sorry,
ask about
Tommy.
Correa.
But by the way, a lot of people on YouTube are saying they're waiting for your comments. But what do you think about the whole Correa at 40 million?
È una pacchianata, è una pagliacciata. È una pagliacciata. I cannot believe that you were going to go pay, even 40 million is outrageous. For a guy that only scored 5 goals. That is totally ridiculous. I would rather spend my money, actually save my money, and actually invest on a youth guy. We should put somebody on La Primavera. But quite frankly, you're not going to pay him more than what you're going to pay this guy. And who knows? Maybe he will even be better.
I guess we'll have to see what.
If Correa scores 15 goals, do you apologize?
Yeah, because he's a Milan player. So I'm always open to apologize to I Milanisti.
All right, so guys, you've hit it here first, but we'll see if what.
But like I said, the scandal is out. La Juventus e la Fiat. If they win games, it's because they're paid. The referees are paid. Everything is a scam. I'm telling you. That's why in Coppa dei Campioni, they don't go far, which is, for some people, Champions League. They don't go far.
So-
That's the point, because in Champions League, there is no Fiat sponsor. That's the whole thing, my friend.
But the sponsor of the Champions League is Chrysler.
And it's owned by
or
Juventus.
whatever.
Tommy.
But not La Via.
So we'll maybe have a new segment with Tommy, Conspiracy Corner with Tommy, or a historical facts with Tommy. But Tommy, again, thank you for always taking our calls on Mondays.
Pay-per-view event. Facebook Frank versus Tommy time.
We're gonna do a pay-per-view event. We're gonna have now it started. Now we'll see what Facebook Frank replies back tomorrow. Guys, it's always in good fun. Tommy, we bid you a adieu, a fantastic night to you.
I could only say one thing. Can I say one last thing?
You could say whatever you want.
Yesterday night was a historical, phenomenal night. Because I spent it with you guys. That's better than anything in the world, my friend, right now.
Thank you very much, Tommy.
That's great.
You're quite the Milan fan. You're quite the friend, and you're quite the character, and that's why we love having you on.
Well, thank you guys. And once again, guys, you guys are the best. I always say it, and I'm going to continue saying it. You guys are the best. Keep up the good work, my friends.
Thank you, Tommy, and have a good night.
Have a good night, guys.
Ciao.
Forza Milan.
Ciao,
Forza
Forza Milan. Oh man, guys, I have a feeling we're gonna have. What are we getting over there? Some beer. Anyways, who drinks beer in your house?
You.
Exactly. So we'll pop out another one. Jeff Orlando. Jeff, you wanted to know what do you think about reports of Fabian? We're definitely gonna pronounce this wrong. Schär. From Newcastle being offered to Milan at roughly 50 million. I feel like he's a perfect signing for us and fits the profile of what Milan are looking for in signing ways better than Lovren does. He's young, less expensive, and would have much better sell-off value if he plays well for us. I follow Newcastle in the Premier League as well. It's tough, truly. And Schär was one of the most consistent solid players in the squad last season. Che un bello pezzo di cacciacavallo.
Cacciacavallo 2018 con Baradaro.
Guys, make sure, as soon as it posts, we're going to have to put it on Twitter so people know our Facebook, not our Facebook, our YouTube. Cut a bit of that cheese over there. Jeff, it seems that you know what you're talking about, that you're following Newcastle. I get what you're saying, that probably low cost, better bang on value. But I wish I could answer you, but I do not know who this kid is. But if I'm going to go according to what you're seeing, right? So, yes, it would fit more of the Steve, as you guys are listening to this, he's cutting the
salt
ketchup.
bay.
The what? You're the salt bay.
RDP Bayer.
But Jeff, thanks for that question. But you know what? Maybe a name that we can have a look there in the Steve. Remember this name, Schär. SCHA with the two little dots on top.
Cacciacavallo, io.
All this you're giving me.
Come on.
Okay. All right, guys. So we're going to be questioning and eating. We told you this was going to be a special edition. Ivo, our friend Ivo.
Ivo!
Hello, boys. And we're going to talk with our muffled. Seems like the interest in Lovren is real. My question is, in caps, why? And there's not a typical signing that this Milan would make. High salary, advanced football age, horrific last season. Second question, thoughts of Angel Correa that we spoke about.
Lovren, I will lose it. I will lose it. That better be a rumor.
I don't think it, guys.
That does not fit the mold of what they want to buy.
But that's what I'm saying, is that if they spoke about this for the longest time, right, then it hasn't happened. Okay, Krunic, Hernandez, Benacer, no, because they've been talking about Benacer for a long time, but they're the ones that come out of nowhere, right? We weren't expecting these names, this and that. Lovren, they were speaking about for what now? 2 months.
I don't want it.
So,
I don't think he fits the mold.
Milan Club Toronto, our friends. Maurice has a very good question. True or false? Was that in fact Il Presidente in the flesh? Not a student double. Also, did Steve put everyone on the Skype call in perspective prior to the Q&A commencing?
I did not. Because Giorgio would not allow me to.
No, this was serious shit, guys. It was like, okay, ciao a tutti. Basically, guys, picture this. And by the way, Maurice, it was really Presidente. But we weren't sure because...
We tested him. We measured the nasal.
Because he does have a body double, right? So, and guys, by the way, we told Little Presidente that he's over on the podcast and that he went to Capitalist exam. He didn't seem to understand, but it's... But guys, picture this.
Little Presidente was too much on the Nintendo DS yesterday. Was an important.
He was playing Mario Kart. Guys, put in perspective. Skype camera's there. It goes on live. This is about 6-ish, 6:30. Call is scheduled for around 8 o'clock. And our friends at Evangelistas, guys, if ever you're in Montreal, that's the place to go for any of your stuff. And if you're a Milan Club member, you show your card, anything regular price, get 15% off. Everything's in the back. And what did they see? No, take that Juventus thing out of there. You cannot have any other teams. Then
We had
we're
to reorganize the store.
Yeah, we had to reorganize the store. Then we had a bottle of Heineken.
No Heineken.
And basically, Steve wanted to buy Peroni, but this is Moretti that I have. But the Peroni was a bit expensive, and we're on a budget.
Not budget at all.
But it was, you could saw that it wasn't something half-assed, and that's why we made it sure, we weren't going to start asking questions about.
I wish I could have put them in perspective because I had a good one yesterday.
Yeah?
Presidente was sweating from the mustache. Who knows that Old Spice or that Pino Silvestri deodorant if it was coming in the clutch, straight from Berchici.
Dom, T. Pepperoni.
T. Pepperoni.
Good day, boys. Slowly but surely, our squad is coming together. Benacer is an exciting signing. I want another central midfielder and center back.
I love the way Milan Twitter, we talk like as if it's our team. We own the team.
Yeah.
I want another center midfield.
Who in our current squad, including Benacer, do you think needs to prove himself the most this season? In my opinion, it's Bonaventura Caldara.
We're gonna
100%.
add a name to that too. Correa.
He's gonna have to prove himself, but I think Bonaventura is going to have to prove himself because it's been what, guys?
Coming back from a knee injury, it's gonna be
a year,
almost a calendar year.
Almost a calendar year. And Caldara, obviously, because we haven't seen anything. We just know that he had a hefty price tag.
We've consistently not seen him play for a calendar year.
Mm-hmm. And we had last question. I had I love Kyrie. Sorry. Do you guys think we could get Bakayoko back on loan since Lampard doesn't want him at Chelsea?
That's Bakayoko's problem.
Yeah, I don't know if I would take back Bakayoko. All
On
depending
loan,
if we don't sign.
On loan, maybe.
On loan, yes. Not at 35 million. Look, guys, let's put it in perspective. If we don't have a powerful signing as a midfielder, would you not bring back a guy that knows the system?
Well,
right?
We don't know if he knows the system.
Well,
It's a new system.
true, but I say he knows the Milan, the.
He looks like he's the type of player that would fit into Gianpaolo's pressing schemes if he's ready to behave himself.
True.
Loan, yes. Option to buy, I'm good. Obligation to buy, no way.
But if I think, there was a couple of talks about Volkesi.
But I want to know something though.
Yeah.
If Chelsea has a transfer ban, can they actually not get rid of him?
That's a fine question.
That's one of the research questions for you. Who is that?
That was.
Kessie.
No, his name was. Where is it? Where did I go over here? I put. I went all the way down. His name is. Where is it? Guys are definitely not professional.
We'll tweet it to you. We'll tweet it to you. That's your homework. I want to know if they can actually give him back to us on loan. Can they loan someone out?
And kudos to Mezzi that showed up at the Skype call. He had to go
Just
to
for a wedding.
A wedding. He's Algerian, so he's been partying since they won the AFCON. And he was walking around. He was walking around with the apron. He took a picture. He actually left wearing the apron and was wearing the apron at the wedding. That's just fantastic from over there. Do you want to go through a couple of sports media, set the Milan news, anything you want to get off your chest, Steve? Anything that comes to mind from over here?
The Sassuolo center back.
I don't. What is that?
So basically, Juve using their wheeling and dealing, kind of like co-owned this player with Sassuolo, helped Sassuolo purchase him, left him at Sassuolo, and had the obligation or the right to buy him back at 18 million. Which is fine, bending the rules. I tip my hat to that. That's okay. But now Milan's interested in him. Oh, he's not 18 million anymore. He's 40 million. 40 million.
But did we not talk about this
40 million.
two weeks ago? How they made 118 million off guys we never heard about, other than
Well,
Zapata.
that's good business, right?
It's good business. Yeah, it's good business. But it's, I don't know. It's just they have a model that works. What do you want to do? You know. So we're just looking at very quickly some stories here. You know, they're talking about Saint Maximilian, Ritorno di Fiamma, Newcastle. But did we forget to announce the other big signing of Milan? Daniele Bonera.
Bonera
is back on the team, guys. He's part of what? Just the
coaching staff.
The coaching staff.
I hope he's not the defensive coach. We're in trouble.
And what else do we have? I'm just going through a couple of questions over here, guys. Nothing much, but let's talk about our indigestions. Let's talk about and our brioches of the week, but I'm gonna let Steve tell our indigestion because you guys, if you haven't figured it out by now, Steve, please, can you please speak for both of us, for all Milan Nation? What is your indigestion?
Benassi. You just won the AFCON Cup. Player of the tournament. Young player of the tournament. Ma come ti presenta la Madonnina con un pigiama. Un pigiama e nei calzette fino ai ginocchia.
It looks like his aunt from Algeria that he sees like every 10 years.
Brought him in a busta.
Come here, we're
Where
gonna give you this, look at that, and he felt bad.
And you know what? I'm not the most stylish guy. No. I like to say that I look good.
Of course
Not the most stylish.
Look at you, you're gorgeous.
But never would I present myself to the capital of fashion in Italy wearing that.
I'm trying to picture,
Even if it's $200 the t-shirt.
I'm trying to picture, as we were talking yesterday to Massaro and Baresi, what if they were at the front door? If they were there yesterday.
Thank God they were in North America.
But
I would have told them go back home and change.
yeah, no, Benes, I don't know what the hell that was Presidente's question. Like, is this a
I
fashion
we've
faux
seen
pas?
some special ones, right? Balotelli had a unique style. Niang had a unique
But
style.
not, but not,
never like that.
No, never like that. But you, what? What are you?
Kevin Constant with the fear cap. Fear. Kevin Constant.
But in the end, guys, what we're saying, guys, we're eating cacciocavallo.
Yeah.
What we're saying is that you are allowed to be your own person, style that you want, love what you want, love you like women, you like do whatever you want. But now you are in an element where you're going to work, and Ben said, it ain't about you, and you showing up dressed like that, whether you did it on purpose or not, brings the attention to you where it should not be about you. You're still a kid. I understand you were voted MVP with reason,
Yeah.
right? Fantastic tournament for yourself. But if this was a rib, as they say in the wrestling world, I don't know if this was a rib, but this
No
was
idea what
bad.
he's talking about.
Huh?
No
a
idea.
rib is like somebody's joking on him. He's like, you have to
maybe,
wear like all these different
maybe.
colors. But the socks.
Yeah,
Where are
the
those
socks.
at?
1980s basketball. The Boston Celtics with the short shorts.
How about, I'm trying to think, what if Gattuso was still coach?
He would have sent them home.
He would have probably sent them home, right?
Well, he's lucky that no one was near Milanello. They were going to send La Madonnina. They were going to send them home.
Yeah, definitely. Your feel-good moment of the
Skype call.
the brioche?
It has to be a Skype call.
It's got to be the Skype call from
Thank
over
you
there.
very
It's-
much to Georgia, Peperena, Samu Castillo.
You know what I liked too about the Skype. Pepe Reina was very so down to earth because when we were joking around about what do you miss most about Napoli, stuff like that.
He was
and we're
answering
talking about,
honesty.
and he was like the food,
Yeah.
and he answered so very honestly. He's like, look, he kind of said in so many words, I'm not gonna bullshit you guys because you're Milan fans. No, the cooking in the south is a lot better.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, we know
good,
that,
good.
And we were even joking around. It's like, who's got the hardest head, Spanish or Italians? He was very politically correct in that answer there, but he just felt like a man of the people. I just don't think he understood when we said that we rebaptized him Giuseppe. And when he spoke to us in very good English,
Yeah.
Samu Castillo was telling us that he likes to catch up on his Netflix shows. And then Steve, Steve, what did you tell him exactly word for word? It's like when you scored a goal, like Castillejo.
If he scores 50, I would do Castillejo for 50 times.
And Baresi and Massaro joking around. Massaro saying, you know, that he had the honor of playing
Training with
the best defense in the
ever.
world. And then Baresi, we asked Baresi, like, you know, during training, how was it? And he, like, with Massaro, and then he was basically telling us, like, where was Massaro going? He's like, I would tackle him or something. It was a very cool experience. And Massaro was not wearing the same tracksuit that he wore across North America. But very heartwarming when, you know, when you get these, you guys have probably met, you know, whether it be celebrities in your past, you meet actors, whatever, and you always get that, would you call it like an empty promise or like just a feel-good kind of promise? Guys, when Massaro, like, you know, Senor Baresi got up, you know, everything was done, and he's staying on the camera because he's listening to his chant and everything, and he starts talking about the San Siro. And we told him, like, you know, we definitely want to go before 2026. And the words that came out of his mouth saying, you know, let us know because we will make sure that you get a visit. And it felt really genuine, right? We did meet him. You guys take a look at our pinned video on Twitter when he came. We had a nice little...
Good sport.
A very good sport, a nice little comedic video.
If he would pop out of my pantry right now, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, exactly. But
he's not.
Fantastic guy. And that would be nice to do a cooking show with Massaro.
Yeah.
He's over here, you know. We asked him if he likes penne liscio, penne rigate. He said he depends of the sauce. Steve, he's not... what are you going to do? Start arguing with the guy on live Skype?
It's rigate, come on.
Steve doesn't do no penne liscio.
Delisha, like goldfish. Disgusting.
But that was, for me, was a great feeling to have that Skype call. Everybody's staying. You know, some of us got there at 6 o'clock. We left. It was almost 10. But what a great feeling, and to see.
Again, thank you to Evangelista for hosting us.
Thank you to Evangelista. They got us some pizza. I think we cleared them out. I don't think they got anything left. Thank you for these beautiful, you guys, if you want.
Beautiful aprons.
$14.99 plus tax.
Yeah.
There we go. You hit the apron, and that's about it. That was our brioche of the week. Other than Benacer, do we have anything else to trash on? No. Guys, thank you for doing this special edition of the Milan Weekly Podcast live from this beautiful. This is the Butler's Kitchen. I remember you were saying Butler's Kitchen. Next week, maybe Steve's wife is going to do a cameo. Who knows? Probably not.
We'll probably be back at Vinny's apartment.
Yeah, we're probably gonna be back to my place, guys. Ovunque, and I can't wait to see Facebook Frank's answer to
Stir the pot, Facebook friends.
Stirring the pot. Ovunque sempre.
Forza Milan.
Ciao.